Now, there's a good one for bangers. Spanners and cash, as we call it. Keep it basic.
It's a 1969 Hillman GT.
This is ideal. Repaint, obviously, some work on it mechanically, but what a lovely old interior. Proper original high back seats, look. Very rare car, GT. To find one in this condition, yes, hen's teeth, really difficult to come by.
In the 1960s, the manufacturer Roots was one of the first to embrace the idea of badge engineering, with multiple variants of multiple cars. Take the 1967 Hillman Minx Arrow. Within months of its launch, they were also producing this, the Hillman Hunter, also available as an estate, and a Hunter GT. When Chrysler took over, they wanted to use up their original Minx body shells. So for a few months only, they produced the now ultra-rare Hillman GT. It had twin Stromberg carburetors, a 1725cc engine, a rev counter, and go faster stripes. It was capable of 100 miles per hour. Driving gloves were optional, but advised.
Quite a nippy car in their day, they went quite well. I personally value it at somewhere between £5,000 and £6,000, and somewhere in the lines of £4,000 expenditure on the car. Then, looking mint, going to make somewhere between 8 and 12. Simple as that.
It's an interesting car, and the figures aren't bad either. How could we refuse?
63 on this is a rare little car. There we are. The 1969 Hillman GT, I believe, this one. There we are. Where are we going to be on this? You tell me. I've got some interest here at 4,007, 4,800, 4,900. You guys at home, do you want to round it up to 5,000? We've got 4,900. No, we don't. At 4,009. That's it then, guys, it?
This is good.
5,000. They have done. There you are. And one. At £5,100. Your bid, Andrew, at £5,100. Thanks for your bids at home, guys. At 5,000. You're back in again. 5,200. Andrew here on my left-hand side at 5,300. At 5,300. Are we all done then, guys? At £5,300. Then are we all finished? At £5,300. Andy, your bid at 5,300. Thanks for your
good buy.
bids,
That
guys.
could be a good buy.
Remarkably, our Hillman GT appears to be the very last one in the UK. Feeling the pressure of that responsibility, we decide to send it to one of the country's leading Roots restorers.
I left school at 15 and went into a garage that sold Roots cars. I've been in the motor trade all my life.
Stan Smith from York has breathed new life into more than 60 Roots cars, but he's not easily impressed. He doesn't work commercially, but we're trying to convince him to take on this passion project.
The good news is it isn't seized. It does turn over. The bottoms are shot. Horrible paintwork.
What do you think of the colour?
I hate it. Well, it's got to be stripped back, basically, to a bare shell.
Tell me the good points of the car.
The wheels aren't so bad.
Any other good points?
Well, I'll have to think long and hard, won't I? You want it bringing back to life.
I think it deserves a second chance. And I think you agree.
All right, we'll do it for you.
Stan doesn't like being filmed. Bit of a problem when you're trying to make a TV programme.
Don't bring that thing with you.
The end result will be good, but that might be all we see. On the outskirts of York, we last saw Stan and our Hillman GT as he was musing on the task ahead.
What's going to be the most difficult bit?
Stripping all the paint off it.
You don't like the paint, do you?
I don't.
I noticed somebody painted around the GB badge at the back. It's great.
Oh, dear.
Stan doesn't like cameras, so a month later when he rings to say we can visit, we discover that quite a lot has been done.
It's coming together now. What you see on it is edge primer. It's just to stop it rusting again. All the doors, I've stripped them completely. We've chopped the rust and rot out of the bottom. If you look down in that bottom corner, you see the repair patch. Everything fits reasonably well now. It didn't fit down this edge, and the back door didn't fit. We've chopped part of this away and then re-welded it
and get it to line up. I think we're about done welding.
One thing Stan has allowed us to see is the removal of the engine. Although we did miss it being started.
It runs. It runs on 4 cylinders. It's not got any major rattles. The oil pressure's about right for it. And it doesn't smoke, so we'll leave well enough alone there.
I'll take the clutch off it and make sure that's all right. And then just clean it and paint it, really. That'll do.
And after that moment of excitement, Stan was bored with us again, so we got ready to leave. A further 2 weeks went by, and no word from Stan. But then, a phone call. He'd been busy again.
We got the engine out and painted it. It's got a new distributor on it. And I've changed the oil, new filter, and the engine bay painted. We've done a bit.
Indeed. But when we do get invited round, Stan always has a small job that we can observe, so we don't feel left out.
Gonna feed this wiring loom through. Hopefully remember where it went. That's the alternator. That's the earth. That's headlamps, side lamps, earth, headlamp dip, headlamp main beam, flasher lamp.
Stan, how do you know that?
All English cars had the same colour scheme with the wiring, so it's pretty basic. Sticks in your brain, I suppose.
What would I like to work on?
OK, yeah, straightforward, basic thing. You don't need a computer. Thank God.
So is the engine ready to go in?
I know, because I want to take clutch out of it and see if that's all right. A few bits and pieces to put on yet, I've horn to put on. And
Are you going to put those on now, or are you calling it a day?
that's about it, I think, to be honest, yeah.
And that was the end of that visit. As always, we respect Stan's right to privacy and look forward to seeing what's been done to it next, whenever that might be. Back with the Hillman GT, Stan's been enjoying working in isolation. We always look forward to seeing what he's done, but today's surprise is that he and the car are not actually in the garage. They're at the NEC in Birmingham.
It's great to meet Stan, the man who's going to make this car back to its former glory.
Yes, yes.
Andy Bye is the chairman of the Roots Archive Centre, based in Banbury. He was particularly interested to get this one on his stand.
I would imagine you spent a lot of hours cleaning that engine bay before you could paint it.
A lot of hours stripping it, actually, because the paint I use wouldn't go over the top of the paint that was on it, so we've had to take it all off.
So have you gone right back down to bare metal?
Paint stripper, all the panels down to bare metal.
It looks like you've done a brilliant job, though.
Stan has also brought the engine back to optimum condition.
They're going to say you balanced the carbs well, because I drove it into the show and it ticks over beautifully. And it starts on the button.
It does.
Stan is a very modest guy. He doesn't realise what a talent he's got, actually. I mean, the quality of his work is exceptionally good, but I don't think he believes it.
Overall, it's starting to look like we might actually have chosen wisely with the Hillman.
So this is the only one we know of at the moment. Yeah, it's a rare car. It'll be a good car for somebody when it's eventually auctioned off. So 15, 20,000, hopefully.
Well, we wouldn't say no. After shipping the Hillman north again, a good few weeks go by before Stan gets in touch. When we turn up, there's evidence of another missed opportunity.
You sort of worked away in the middle of the night, so I missed filming the red going on.
Ferrari Rosso.
Ferrari Rosso?
Absolutely, yes, yes. The Roots didn't call it that. No idea what they called it, probably something like tartan red. It's a very close match to what it would have originally, I would think.
It's a brilliant, unseen job by a master craftsperson. And there's more.
Front bumper's new, the front lights are new.
Mirrors?
Mirrors are the original ones. I don't know whether I like them or not, but they were on it, so...
Added for performance value, is it?
It's just like the Go Faster stripes, which we'll get on soon. We've got the door seals to put on, passenger seat to put back in, the interiors to clean up. Repaired the dashboard, that had a hole in it.
So presumably that's all going to take place in the middle of the night. I think I'm just going to camp out in the garage so I can't miss any of it.
Oh dear.
After more weeks of not hearing from our friend Stan, he finally got in touch again to say that he'd now finished our 1969 Hillman GT. Not only is it the last one in the country standing, it's now also a very impressive example. Stan doesn't work commercially, so the costs aren't comparable to other restorers. But, including tax and commission, it was £5,995 to buy. The restoration cost just £4,942, bringing the total to an almost unbelievable £10,937. We may not have seen much of Stan, but we've a lot to thank him for.
It's got a fair bit of pull, isn't it? Feels very, very good. Yeah, nice gearbox, nice engine. I'll be honest, it feels better than I thought it would feel, to be truthful. Yeah, he's done a full house, hasn't he? Painted engine as well. So he's lovely, yeah. It shouldn't do more than 11 grand. It could easily do 12 or 13.
Well, there is a slight twist in this, Derek, because we've sort of decided that because it's the only GT that we're aware of that's left...
Is that right? Yeah.
We're going to loan it to go on display at the British Motor Museum.
Is that right? Well, that's lovely.
Which just goes to prove...
That's lovely.
As you've said, you can't make money out of restoring classic cars.
You're certainly not going to out of this one, are you? That's for sure. But having said that, a bit more exposure won't do it any harm, will it? You know, how long are you going to put it in there for? 2 or 3 years?
Until it appreciates in value.
6 or 7 years then. Let's face it, it's going to be worth more money when it comes out than now. I think I'll stick my chin out and say that.
The Hillman GT, or as we like to call it, our temporary gift to the nation, has just arrived at the British Motor Museum. Amongst other attractions, visitors are treated to the world's largest collection of historic British cars. Cat Boxall is the curator.
We have a big variety of race cars, prototypes, film cars, but we always say that the ordinary is also extraordinary.
Roots cars were originally manufactured at Ryton-on-Dunsmore, just half an hour north from here. Ours is a welcome addition.
Pride of place, it'll be here hopefully for another 12 months, so that'd be lovely, and come and see it while you can.
And today, some special guests have taken up that offer. Before we owned it, the Hillman had been in Sue Walker's family most of its life.
Oh, blimey, that looks good. Yeah. It started at the motor show in Olympia, 1969. I was a student in Brighton. I'd come up and I met my mum and my aunt and uncle there. My uncle wanted to buy a car and he saw this and we thought he was joking. He was at nearly 50, which I thought was really old. And it looked a bit like Boy Racer, Go Faster stripes.
Sue's here today with her son James and her cousin John.
Couldn't imagine anybody less likely driving in a sporty car than my father, because he wasn't fast, and we were farmers, so it drove over ploughed fields. But obviously they went on holiday in it, drove all over Scotland and Wales in it.
After 12 years of flamboyant motoring, Edwin and his wife Dorothy decided to sell.
My mother-in-law bought it, and then we bought it because my husband quite liked it as well. And so husband did it up again, and then I got to drive it.
A few years later, the much-loved Hillman was then enjoyed by the third generation.
It's bringing back memories when I drove up to Oxford.
Are they good memories, yeah?
Well, kind of good. We broke down, but it was a good trip, but I had to repair it on the side of the road.
When it came to maintenance, The whole family were quite hands-on.
I sprayed it, and it was just like a Jaffa orange, you know. But it's fantastic to see it in this state. Far better condition now than it was at the motor show. I'd like to buy it back.
We'll be seeing the Hillman again, and possibly Sue, when we auction it next year.